Alright guys, welcome to another video entry. This one wrestling related, and it's to do with Triple H and Brock Lesnar. Their third match, which is supposed to be a cage match at Extreme Rules. And I just think about 4 or 5 weeks away. Yeah, I kind of made some notes earlier when I was thinking, okay, if I talked about this, what comes to mind? And apart from what the fuck and what's the point and just negativity, just because I've seen it twice now. I didn't want to see it the first time, didn't really want to see it the second time. I barely paid attention to both matches, but I watched enough. I was in the room when it was on. I was watching it, but I wasn't engrossed in it. I didn't really care what was going on. It was just like nonsensical violence, as probably my mother would call it. And yeah, it was not good advertisement for WWE right now. The fact that they try and bring Brock Lesnar in to be an ass kicker, be this, but I'm sorry, how can you be, all of us now have seen Brock Lesnar in a UFC octagon ring. We've seen him as world champion there. We've seen him come back from that long illness thing he had, beginning with deliberitis or something. He's fought back through that, and the character of the man, the competitiveness of the man, crazy. I mean, off the scale. What he's accomplished in real life, amazing. Except his choice of wife. I mean, I'm sure he could have done better, but he's not exactly the best looking. But yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there. His match with Triple, so we've seen him do the things with in real life basically, and he's come back to WWE for $5 million for about 12 appearances or something, and he's had 3 matches, lost 2, won 1. I mean, 3 matches in a year with a few sporadic Raw appearances for $5 million. I mean, I do think it's more Vince McMahon being an idiot. I mean, first off, you put all that trust into Brock Lesnar and he fucks off, and that was about and then he disses wrestling in general, tries to distance himself from it by just basically saying everything that, all the cliche things basically Brock brings up again. And it just, it's like he's an industry guy now, and he's even to see it from guys who, it's like all these people. I mean, I never liked Brock Lesnar in the first place. I respect the man, I respect his skills and stuff, but I had never bought into him. I wasn't bothered about him. I preferred Kurt Angle, and there's obviously Stone Cold was still around kind of thing then, and The Rock. So there were still other people there, linchpins of the WWE that I preferred. Perhaps now, if Brock was around now, first time, maybe he might, draw me in a bit more, but I don't know. But yeah, and he comes back, obviously loses to Cena, then goes away, comes back and, loses to Triple H, and breaking arms. I mean, how ridiculous. I mean, breaking an arm, like breaking Triple H's arm, and then breaking Shawn Michaels' arm. Nothing breaks Triple H's arm again. I mean, Jesus, are you kidding? I mean, and then loses at SummerSlam, which was surprising. I thought Triple H would want to have that win over him, just for the record books, because obviously no one else gives a shit, and everyone knows that pretty much Brock could, at least, I reckon Brock could make a lot of the wrestlers in WWE tap easily, or just beat the hell out of them. But yeah, I mean, so I didn't really care about Brock Lesnar coming back. Haven't cared about the matches he's had. Haven't really cared about his segments. He's boring. He just comes out there and does his, pulls faces. And the best thing about Brock Lesnar is Paul Heyman. That's the best. That's the one. As soon as I heard Brock Lesnar's music hit a year ago, almost pretty much, a bit over a year ago, was I hoped for Paul Heyman. And I think the next week or week after, Paul Heyman came back. Awesome. And the rest is history, as they say, with Paul Heyman. But but Brock Lesnar, just boring. Does not deserve the $5 million. The match, I don't care about it. I don't think many people do. It's just, it's 2 part-timers. You've got Triple H, who's publicly and even acknowledged in WWE world, land a keyfab as the CEO or something. I forget, I can't really be bothered to remember. But yeah, he's a company man now. He wears a suit, got short hair. He's basically, sort of I wouldn't say a sellout. I hate using that word, but he's basically just switched up his whole regime, and now he wants to come. He wants to have these stupid matches with Brock Lesnar, which is doing neither of them any good. Triple H wins, so what? He's going to go back to his desk chair in Connecticut the next day in Titan Towers. If Brock wins, he gets to say he beat Triple H again and fucks off out of the company for, he's not to be seen for another few months until they, I don't know who the hell Brock Lesnar's going to fight next, and then and if either way they're both part timers, there's no real outcome. It's just watching two people have the same match for the third time, and we already had that with Cena and Rock. Well, twice, could almost be a third. Who knows if it'll be a third time? But either way, I just don't think it gains anything. I just think it's just a complete waste of time. They should be building other people. Have Brock go after, somebody else. Maybe, I don't know, like have a Brock and Ryback match. I mean, even though I hate the idea of that because I sat through Goldberg and Brock, and I sat through Ryback and Mark Henry at WrestleMania this year. So I'm not, but you at least know what you're gonna get. And you it's at least Ryback going over Brock. At least it's, the WWE can use it somehow. But Triple H, I just don't think anyone cares. Yeah, I don't see it. I will do another video on my view on part-timers, because that's kind of what this video's come to. But you have to talk about that, because it's a major factor of, I think, why people just don't care about this match. But I will definitely do another video, because ideas and thoughts are appearing in my head now what to do. But I don't want this entry to drag on too long. But yeah, so I think that's basically why people just don't care. I mean, again, like, subscribe, comment if you want to, and I'll speak to you soon.